In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing roaches? Collecting all this money on the roads like I'm homeless. A nigga like me.
Yeah, man, people, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's Nicardo out here again with no fear. But guess what? I told you guys I'm going to do this the review outdoor this time. You do that one, for the choose games indoor in the studio. This time outdoor. Nice, beautiful breeze, nice, beautiful weather. It's so cool out here. It's evening, But look, I'm here to review match day 2 of Wednesday UEFA Champions League game. Some big tiebreakers. What we saw: Newcastle trash PSG. Dortmund and AC Milan and Rossoneri's from Italy played out to a 0-0 draw. Barcelona clipped FC Porto 1-0 in Portugal, but I'm going to get in all of that nitty gritty in the end during the video. But you have to bless up the people them first. Without you guys, channel would be pushing that fast. But don't stop contributing. If you're new, you know what to do. Click that bell and just subscribe and just keep comment and tell me what you guys think about your favorite team, man. But thanks to everyone that's tuning in. Really appreciate it. Love the vibes. Sometimes you guys give me the comment section. Just keep that banter going. In the comment section. Tell me what you don't like about your favorite team. When I said stuff about your favorite team, tell me what you don't like about stuff that I said about your favorite team. But I'm going to start ahead with the show. Going to start with the first two games that played early games. Atletico Madrid host Feyenoord. Feyenoord is a team that they are a really young team. They doing really good. In the Dutch Eredivisie League, but they came in this game with one their marksman, the Mexican Santiago Jimenez, as he was out. He's facing a match ban from that Europa League tie last campaign. He picked up a red card, so he's facing a couple match ban. He didn't play that game a couple weeks ago when his team played home to Celtic in Netherlands, and it's the same thing at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium in Madrid. But Atletico Madrid managed to win this game, 3-2, and it was a really good show. Alvaro Morata scored a brace. Antonio Griezmann scored. You could say a bicycle, a overhead. I even a tricycle. You know what I say? But the atmosphere, in the stadium today, everyone knew about this atmosphere at the Atletico Madrid Stadium, the Wanda Metropolitano. The Atletico Madrid fan base is huge. These fans are passionate. These fans are passionate about them game. Diego Simeone, Chulo, the Argentinian coach, the scenery at the end as he was jumping for joy when that final whistle blew. Atletico Madrid won the game 3-2. But for these two teams have never met before in a competitive tie, as this is their first ever competitive game. But when the game tied 2-2 in that first half, it was an end-to-end as PSV, they were cutting through Atletico Madrid midfield. At the start of the second half, Chula brought on Marcos Llorente, the ex-Real Madrid man, for the Argentine, Rodrigo de Paul, just to cement up things in the middle. And as soon as he came on, Atletico Madrid strike, it was a wonderful cross, from the Argentinian left right back, Molina to put a ball on a plate for Alvaro Morata to score that third goal to put his team ahead. And from there, Atletico Madrid was chasing the game, trying to get the fourth goal, the killer goal to finish off the game, but they didn't manage to do that. And I think they kind of sit off a little bit, in the last 15 to like 20 minutes. And Feyenoord was just trying to come at them, and they have a wonderful player. I'm telling you, this Brazilian kid that was playing on the left, picks out. This kid is looking like he's a real deal, and the goal just didn't came. They were just kept pressing, and it just didn't came. But Atletico Madrid won the game 3-2. Moving on to Celtic Park, Celtic, last 2-1 to Lazio, the Italian team. Lazio again managed to find another 95th minute goal, as they did 2 weeks ago against Atletico Madrid, to draw the game 1-1. But this time it was a 3 points, for the Italian team. Pedro Rodriguez, wonderful header, on the back post. The Joe Hart didn't have a chance. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I think he lost his foot in and just slipped on the ball, just went over his head. But Now discredit Pedro from that goal. It was a wonderful header, but it was a game where, at Celtic Park, where Celtic managed to just dominate the game from, possession wise, but Lazio created so many chances in the game that they didn't take, but they managed to get their goal in the end, and they scored, and you have to give the Rome team some credit for that. But moving on, the big no, before we move on, in Group E with Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid is in first position and 4 points. Lazio, is in second and 4 points. Feyenoord and 3 points, and the Scottish team Celtic is yet to come off the mark. Come on, what's going on up there in Scotland, man? Is it just going to be like that coming fourth and not even try to finish for the Europa League in third position? But let's see what's going to happen. With Celtic, as their next game, I think, will be Atletico Madrid. But moving on to Group F, Group F is a group of death. This is the big zone. This is where all the action happens. But I'm going to start off with Dortmund in Germany. I'm not rushing to go to St. James Park as yet. Just stay cool. We're going to get there. You understand? But Dortmund and AC Milan, Rossinieri from Italy. The boys from Milan. They managed to pull away from Germany with a point. Did they really happy with the point? I would say yes. Whenever you get a point on the road against a tough team, Dortmund at home playing in front that stand 25,000 standing fans, it's always a positive note to get a point, and they did exactly what they wanted. At least a point. They didn't manage to get the three, but I wouldn't say it was like a boring 0-0 draw, but the American, what you doing, Captain America? He got that chance and he didn't finish that chance. He squandered his opportunity. He came off at 69 minutes for the Nigerian Chukwueze. I don't know if I pronounce his name right, but that game, it was, I would say, AC Milan created the better chance, as they created, I think, 3 chances in that game, and Dortmund was just boxing around the ball. It was like, what did you do? It's like they don't want to score. They kept passing the ball around and around and around. It's like they don't even want to score. Most of the passes came in their defensive final third. They played the ball, but AC Milan was playing that sit back role and was just trying to catch them on the break. But the signal it done the park, it was rocking today. As I said, Dortmund have a 25,000 standing fans behind their goal, and they love to attack down that end, as the fans always try to give them a confident boost, try to urge them team on, but it just didn't happen. I don't know. This Dortmund team is lacking some cutting edge. This team is lacking a striker, Malan, the Dutch player, and I think they have another striker, the Ivorian. I don't remember his name, but Haller, Sebastian Haller, they just not managed to have a really cutting edge player. Marco Reus, is not in his type of form, as he's been troubling with injuries all throughout his career, and he's getting a little bit old. But let's see where Dortmund go from here, because this game, it was disappointed. It was really disappointed and sure for Dortmund. Dortmund made like over 500 passes, and over 300 of those passes were from the midfield area in the center back to the defensive third. So I don't know what they were doing, but we're going to move on, for the big game. The big game, as Newcastle won this game 4-1 at St. James Park. The Magpies are so happy today. Just seeing what they did against a giant team in Europe, Paris Saint-Germain, with Kylian Mbappe, with Ousmane Dembele, the big Brazilian centre half, Marquinhos, and the big man in the goal, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and they managed to pull off this win. It's a massive result, for the Jardies, the black and white, the Toon Armies, as they call themselves. But look, the first half, I think in the first opening 5th minute, Paris Saint-Germain got the best chance of the game. That chance that Ousmane Dembele got, he should have easily put away that chance with his left foot, as he was trying to side foot that ball, in the right post of he was trying to side foot the ball in the right post, of Nick Pope, but he just didn't manage to put the ball on target. But from there, it's like Newcastle just started to step up a notch. Newcastle just started to put in the intensity, the press, the energy. You could see the fans in the stadium was roaring their team on, and it was a joyful match to see. It was a wonderful atmosphere, and you have to big up Eddie Howe in for this Newcastle team. He's doing a tremendous job. The work that he put in to get this team rocking and rolling. I would say he's even doing a better job right now since he's appointed as Newcastle coach a couple, I think would say 18 months ago. He's doing a good job more than Eric Ten Hag, Pep Guardiola. The work he put in to gather these players together. Joe Linton, player like Murphy, Meggy as they call him, Almiron, Isaac, Wilson, Gardner. He brought out the best out of these players, and you have to give them credit. But Newcastle managed to score a couple goals in the first half, and it was hell broke loose. PSG collapsed. But I want to touch on something before I go to the third goal. The third goal came from Longstaff. That third goal just after the kickoff of the second half, and that was a game point for me. From there, PSG just looked lackluster. It's like they didn't know what to do. But that goal, they scored. I think that kind of gave them a little head, say, maybe the comeback is on, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. That goal, it wasn't enough. And from there, Newcastle just started to pick up the edge, and they just scored. And that fourth goal, it was the icing upon the cake. Share the defender, the big centre half stepped up, and he showed them what you do. This is how we do it in Switzerland. You love the Swiss money, baby? That's what we do. Beat the big 6'7" goalkeeper Italian between the frame, Gianluigi Donnarumma. He couldn't stop that ball as he was trying to. What he's doing, but beautiful goal from Shea, the Newcastle centre half man. But where PSG go from here, I don't know. PSG is at 5th right now. They drew 3 games. I think they drew 3 games, and they lost a game in the French Liga. They drew with a struggling Clermont team on the weekend, struggled to beat them. What's going on with Kylian Mbappe and PSG? We saw what happened, the saga in the summer. You want to left, and they just said, you're not moving, but Luis Enrique, the coach, the style of pattern, how they choose to play, I don't know what was going on, but when PSG taking their time to play out the ball, Newcastle keep pressing them from that in the first 10 minutes. After the first 10 minutes, Newcastle just decide, hey, this PSG team is not looking very comfortable on the ball. So they just start to press them, press. And PSG, Marquinhos and Skriniar and Hakimi, they just kept playing out the ball and losing the ball. As soon as the keeper spot the ball and try to play it out, you have like around 5 to 6 Newcastle players around the 18-yard box, ready to eat, ready to attack the Paris Saint-Germain backline just to win the ball back. And they did, I think, 2 or 3 goals scored from, giving away the ball in the back. Hakimi giving away the ball, Marquinhos gave away the ball, and, that's how Newcastle scored a couple goals. And the coach let the players came out with the same mentality in the second half, and they just did the same thing, as me as a fan watching the game on TV, seeing that, this team is losing the way how they want to play the ball. Newcastle were pressing them. What they should have probably done is, get Skriniar, get Marquinhos, and get Hernandez, the left back, as play 3-man, try to wait for the ball to play up by Donnarumma, and then you have another 3 midfielder, which will be Vitinha, Ugarte, and probably push up Hakimi on the wide right and use another player, probably Mbappe, wide left, and bring in the Muani, the striker. So you will set up your team like a 3-3-3-1 formation style, just to play the ball and just try to play that long ball, that overhead ball, because Newcastle already have 6 players around PSG 18-yard box. So just play that long ball. Mbappe got speed, Hakimi got speed. Just play the ball simple. Go back to the traditional way. The playing out is not working, and these coaches are so arrogant when it comes on to team play out the ball. And they just got their pocket picked a couple times, and they just lost the game. And this PSG teams look like they lost of confidence. They just don't have an identity. I don't know. Luis Enrique is under real pressure this season, as they fired Christopher Gaitan a couple at this season. He managed 1 season, and I think he's off to Qatar coaching a Qatarian team, big money over there in the Middle East. But Luis Enrique is on a fire, because PSG ownership. They don't play, but this PSG team is really weak. This PSG team is an elite team, but not enough elite players, not enough world class players. I could only pinpoint a few players that up there, in the elite level. Kylian Mbappe, Marquinhos, the captain, Donnarumma, the goalkeeper. Hakim is arguably one of the best right back in the world. So you don't have much leaders in this team. Verratti is not there. Neymar, Messi is out. A couple of guys. Sergio Ramos was a leader in that team. Is not there no more. Thiago Silva is left a couple of seasons. So this PSG team is really young, but let's see where they move on from here. As PSG next game will be home to AC Milan. After the international break, and Newcastle will travel away to Dortmund. Dortmund have another home match. Let's see what they can do. Can they get their first 3 points? In Group E. Let's see. But we're going to move on. From that Group E, we're going to move on to Group G with Manchester City, Red Star, Belgrade, Young Boys from Switzerland, and RB Leipzig. But first, Red Star Belgrade, hosted the team from Switzerland, Young Boys, as this game drew 2-2. Red Star took the lead, and then Young Boys came back to go ahead 2-1, and Red Star after came back to draw the game 2-2. It was a wonderful goal. But look, this Red Star team, this is a team always played really good football at home. They're out there. Who knows Serbian football? You will know what to expect from a Serbian fan base. Crazy fireworks, chanting non-stop from minute 1 to minute 90. But one thing I have to say, Red Star still managed to keep their unbeaten run. I think this is the 22 game unbeaten run at home in all competition. But I feel, both teams, these two teams in Group G are playing for third spot. As RB Leipzig and City is the favorite to go through in this group. It's either if young boys can pick that third spot and go to the Europa League, it would be wonderful. Even more great if Red Star Belgrade, the team from Serbia, can get that third spot. But we're going to shift course over to Leipzig, Germany. Leipzig played Manchester City at home, as Manchester City won the game 2. But I would say it was a really flat first half for City, but they controlled most of the game. They were kept knocking on the door, but the chances aren't creating as they should when Kevin De Bruyne was there. In that midfield. When Gundogan was in that midfield, it's like they losing that cutting edge in the midfield. It's like Mahrez used to create so much. Bernardo Silva, Rodri played today as his suspension that he got the red card in Nottingham Forest game, it don't carry over in the Champions League. He played today, but he will be out for the weekend against my Arsenal. But look, as I said, City dominated the game, and Leipzig were playing on the counter. I think Foden first score, it was a link up play between him and Rico Lewis, the young prodigy from the Manchester City Academy, and it was a wonderful finish by Foden. But Openda, the man who kept scoring for RB Leipzig, he scored. I think he scored on the weekend against Bayern Munich, and he came back again and scored against City, but it wasn't enough. This RB Leipzig team, they sit too deep. They were inviting City too much time. They sat all the way back, and City were just pressing and just keep knocking the ball, in their defensive third, in RB Leipzig defensive third, and the goal was just coming, and it was just only a matter of time. But Pep Guardiola was back on the touchline, and he made 2 substitutes, and brought in the Belgium Jeremy Doku, and he brought on the World Cup winner, Alvarez, Argentinian, and both of them came on and gave City the clincher, as Alvarez was a wonderful curler in the top corner of the net, and Doku, he found that third goal on the counter. Leipzig took a corner, and it's the same thing again from RB Leipzig. They concede from that goal that Sane scored on the weekend. I think the game was 2-1. They were leading 2-1 up, and they kicked that corner, and they concede again after their own corner. And it's happened again in City, where Jeremy Doku, scored that breakaway goal. I think it was late in the game. I think around the 90th minute of the game, to clinch the game 3-1. And from there, City won the game. But Manchester City, will host. No, Manchester City will go away to Arsenal. That's a big one. That's a really big game, for Manchester City. Arsenal fans are looking for that game. I think Arsenal got the opportunity last season. I think that game, I think it was close to around December, and they just didn't manage to take the opportunity and beat City in that title race. But look, City is going to come again. City is not playing as their best, but when they come up against Arsenal, it's going to be gone down at the Emirates. It's going to be a really good game. But group as Manchester City group, Manchester City 6 points leading the group. RB Leipzig in second position and 3 points, and Young Boys in third position and 1 point, and Red Star Belgrade and 1 point. I'm going to move on to the last group. Royal Antwerp, Shakhtar Donetsk, FC Porto, Barcelona group. As Royal Antwerp, Royal Antwerp versus Shakhtar Donetsk. This was a really. I was looking forward for this game. This was one of the game, played early kickoff. I think I didn't manage to say it in the first part of the video, but this was the other early kickoff game. Royal Antwerp hosts Shakhtar Donetsk, a team from the Donbass area in Ukraine. I just, people, look, if you don't know about this documentary about Shakhtar Donetsk, they have a documentary on Paramount Plus. All the people that the viewers who live in the US and Canada region, just go on Paramount, the same app that you guys watch the Champions League and watch that documentary about Shakhtar Donetsk. It's just a breathtaking documentary about how the team overcame all of that thing were happening between them and Russia. But I just have a look of soft spot for this team after I watched that documentary. But this team, Shakhtar Donetsk, they were 2-0 down in the game, and they managed to pull back a 3-2 win over Royal Antwerp. As Royal Antwerp, this is your first ever UEFA Champions League group game at home. First time in the group, first time in the history. They're going to play the UEFA Champions League game at home, and they put on a show. I could say that they put on a show, in the opening 45 minutes. In the second 45 minutes of the game, the Shakhtar team just came back, brought on a couple of substitutes, and they just took the game away from them and just managed to score 3 goals in the second half. But look, I think the keeper made a mistake. Royal Antwerp keeper made a mistake where I think he pushed back out the ball and let the Shakhtar player score. And I think right after Shakhtar scored the third goal to go 3-2 up, there's a handball shot. Royal Antwerp got a penalty kick in the 95th minute, and guess what? They missed the chance. They missed that goal. He kicked it, the same thing what Icardi did at Old Trafford. The same corner, he kicked the ball away from the post, and I kind of feel it for the player, to try to get his team first ever UEFA Champions League point on the board, and he didn't score, unfortunately. But moving on to the next one, FC Porto versus Barcelona. Barcelona won this game 1-0 in Porto, Portugal. Ferran Torres, wonderful strike, but there's a problem. Lewandowski, I think he got challenged. He was trying to break away, and the FC Porto defender made a challenge on him, and he limped off the pitch with injury. He's off. I think they played Real Madrid end of month after the international break, El Clasico. But Barcelona got three points at the end. That's what matters. Xavi is doing a really good job. He's trying his best not to let this Barcelona team get knocked out again out of the UEFA Champions League as they did last campaign, and they got knocked out in the I think they got knocked out in the round of 16 by my club Manchester United. But Barcelona is doing everything, man, just to go. Barcelona is a big team, great history, always go to finals and win games, so we want to see the best teams competing in the knockout round in the UEFA Champions League. But look, man, we have come to the end. But look, I have the group table. Barcelona is on 6 points, first position FC Porto in second position, and 3 points Shakhtar Donetsk, Donbass, from 3 points. They won game, they win one game and lose one game. So come on, Shakhtar. I hope this team can pull off. I hope this team can create an upset in this group and try to probably just finish over Porto. It would be a really good financial gain for this team to finish second in the group stage and go to the knockout round. Just to help out the club, the crisis that they're going through in in Ukraine, and at fourth position Royal Antwerp, yet to come off the mark, but Barcelona will play Shakhtar Donetsk next in match day 3, and FC Porto will play Royal Antwerp. But look, people, thanks for watching, man. You don't know, if you still manage to watch this video at the end, click the like button, just comment, if you're new, click the bell, subscribe, improving the channel. I really appreciate a lot. Big up to everyone that's supporting the channel. Big up all of my families. They are my number one supporters. When other people, give their little critique and that, they are the one that, still pumping that drive, still motivating me day by day. But yeah, man, this is Nicardo Media House. Thanks for watching. I love people. Really mean a lot for that. I appreciate the love. Peace out. Salute.
In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing roaches?